Which printer's better, the Flashforge AD5X or the Bamboo A1 Mini? Today we're going to do a comparison between these two machines to find out which is a better option for you. We're going to compare them across 5 different metrics: price, build quality, feature set, print quality, and general ease of use all around. Let's see how they stack up. Starting with the price, this is not a great time of year to be speaking about price because everybody's doing Black Friday deals, so nobody really knows what the base price actually is. So check the link below for updated and official pricing. But the A1 Mini combo can be had at a cost between $340 and $400, typically speaking. If you're looking specifically to get the printer without the multicolor capabilities, that's only going to set you back like $200 or so. But shifting over to the AD5X, this Flashforge entry is an excellent contender. Right now this one's on sale for around $340 also, so get them while they're hot. The only note about this unit is the fact that there's no option to get the machine without the multicolor unit, the IFS system. If that's what you're after, then you're going to have to explore the other machines in their line, such as the Adventurer 5M. I've never used it, but I hear good things from my comment section, so maybe one day we'll get it on the channel too. Let me know if you want me to get that on the channel. Anyway, in terms of price, these two machines are ticking the same boxes. I'm going to put them on a level playing field. They are the same. But let's talk about build quality. The Bamboo machine's super solid. It's got plastic pieces over a generally metal frame, there's linear rails for the motion system, and everything looks pretty sleek. The AMS Lite is a pretty plasticky setup, but again, it all gives the general impression of quality and reliability. The Flashforge takes a little bit different approach. This is an open frame that appears to be made from metal everywhere that it counts. This one's got a nice screen that clips onto the front with a plastic enclosure around it. There's bits of plastic scattered throughout both machines, but notably inside of the tool head of the AD5X. I think I'm going to rate the Bamboo just a little bit higher in terms of build quality. They both seem to be made of premium materials and plasticky materials, but using the Bamboo gives me a little bit more of that premium feeling. Whether it's actually the case or not, it tricks my monkey brain into thinking that it's better. But it's only a little bit better. Let's move on to some of the features. Both of these systems are actually pretty stacked for the price. The A1 Mini has hardened extruder gears, but it's only got a stainless steel nozzle. The Flashforge is a similar setup, so I've gotten this replacement nozzle so I can print some PET-GF. Both of them feature a smaller build volume than the standard 250 cubed, but the Flashforge sports a 220 cubed area while the A1 Mini only offers 180 cubed. That's quite the difference for the same price point. But the main difference is actually the motion system. The AD5X is a Core XY or flying gantry style machine with a bed that only moves up and down, while the A1 Mini, on the other hand, is a bed slinger. And a bed slinger's fine, but the Core XY thing is better. That's what I prefer personally anyway. This is especially helpful when you're printing tall, skinny models that could be affected by the motion of a moving bed. So this is a win for Flashforge on this one based on the build volume and the motion system. Talking about print quality now, both machines have a lot to offer in this regard as well. We're really having to split hairs here, but I printed 3 models on each: a Nacho Tester, the Torture Toaster, and a Calibration Tester deal. Let's have a look at these 3 and compare them directly to see who comes out ahead in print quality. Alright, so straight away I think I messed up a little bit with the AD5X. I put a hardened steel nozzle or hardened nozzle of some description on there, and it typically comes with like a bimetal nozzle that's got brass. Brass heats up a little bit faster. The filament profiles are probably tuned for that. As a result, we're seeing some artifacts. Maybe the print profile needs to be tuned for this new nozzle. I don't know. We'll let you be the judge. We've got the AD5X in the tan color, and we've got the Bamboo A1 Mini in the gray color. Let's take a look and see how everybody did. So we'll start with just in general looking at the Nacho Tester. So this is for the A1 Mini. We've seen this a million times. I've printed with this machine a million times on the channel. Solid result. A little bit of artifacting on the overhangs. Random pockmark there. Bit of a string there. It's worth mentioning that I use a 0.28 layer height, which is pretty coarse. So you're going to see a lot of artifacting if your printer can't quite handle that thick of a layer height, if it can't quite flow that level of material. For the AD5X, I don't know, arguably it looks better in some places. It's a lot smoother of a print, but it's not without its issues. There's like a line missing right there, a little bit more stringing. Overhang wasn't handled quite as well on this one, so maybe not as strong in the cooling department. I'd say maybe the AD5X does a little bit better for this model. Looking at the calibration tester, torture tester deal, looks very clean. Top surface in some places maybe needs a little bit of dialing in or smoothing out. Interior of these circles, a little bit of blob at the seam. Otherwise looks okay. You can see these little towers here, a little bit of a struggle as you get up to the top, but bridging and everything looks pretty good. Overhang starts to struggle there at the top. Not too bad of a result in general. A little bit of stringing between the overhang towers. Text looks pretty good. First layer looks pretty good. Not bad, pretty good. The AD5X struggled a little bit more with this one. This is kind of what I'm talking about. Maybe the heat needs to be a bit higher for this high of a layer height, and with that nozzle. And this speaks to the user friendliness of the machine too. You're just gonna have to tweak it a little bit more. In terms of hardware, like, it cooled that pretty well. You don't have the blobbing happening there. A little bit of over or under extrusion, tiny bit. Not a bad result. And then the torture toasters. These are pretty cool. Oh, okay. Oof, didn't know if that was gonna go free. There it is. Can't tell if that, yeah, that broke. Straight up broke. So that sucks. Gears move pretty good. Not the best results here. Handled the overhangs all right. Did the gears. Clock spring text looks pretty good. It's worth mentioning the filament ran out and I had it sit for a while before I added the filament, so we're seeing that line. Slight layer shift happen there. So you might say to yourself, you should probably reprint that then, right? Conveniently, the same thing happened on the AD5X one. This one's layer shift wasn't quite as prominent, but you can just see it right thereabouts. Gears seem to move a little bit better on this one. Toast pops out a lot better on this one. Even despite this terrible artifacting on the top, this one turned out quite a bit better. So even amidst a layer shift for both of them and poor filament profile tuning on this one, actually turned out pretty good. Let's see what the clearance thing's like. Don't stab yourselves. This layer height, they do not want to move, dude. Overhang test looks really good. So we got that one to move. Although this one seems smoother in general, less of the features are working, so take that for what it is. Might be due to the layer shift, might be due to the precision of the machine in general. I'm typically all bamboo, and I still feel like the bamboo's the winner just in general of this whole video, because that's my bias. But these are the results, and you can make the decision for yourself based on what I'm showing you. I'm surprised how well the AD5X is doing. On paper, it's a seriously strong contender. Finally, the ease of use. And straight off the bat, I'm gonna have to give a huge shout out to the AD5X. The format of this machine is so good. And I've talked about it before, but I just love this format. Having the multicolor setup hooked right to the side of the printer is like my favorite thing ever. It's the whole reason why I decided to do this video, really. Now, the A1 Mini is a fantastic machine, but like, look at this mess. Look at the footprint of the combo. Look at the tubes going everywhere. If you're not mounting the AMS light to a wall or something, this is a nearly impossible setup to have lining up on a bench in a way that saves any kind of space or anything. Now, to the Bamboo machine's credit, the Bamboo Handy app, the Maker World integration, the Bamboo Studio Slicer, and the filament presets are all huge pluses for Bamboo. This is a much larger part of the user experience, and it really needs to be noted. With the AD5X, I've had to bump the temperature up on a handful of the profiles to get good results at the default speeds. So if you decide to go this way, you should probably prepare to dial in some profiles or make profiles altogether. I'm going to put the AD5X just behind the Bamboo for this one. It's close, but the Bamboo profiles are dialed in quite a bit more. That said, I can't stress enough how much I like the format of the spools being mounted to the side of the AD5X, so I'm kind of back and forth. I just love the packaging. So who wins? Well, in an uneventful twist, they're both really close for a lot of different reasons. This is a great comparison because the machines are so similar in terms of things like price and features, and they both show areas of strength and areas that clearly need development. But depending on what you value, one is likely going to reach out to you a little bit more than the other depending on what you need specifically. For me, I always aim for the bamboo machines, and I often recommend them in my comments section to anybody looking to get into a new printer. But there's a lot of people that don't want bamboo for a lot of reasons. So I was super surprised to see how well the AD5X stacks up against something like a bamboo printer. Things like the static bed and the super compact format, of course, are excellent features, especially if you're low on space or you're trying to kit out a print farm. So check the link below if you want more information on the AD5X. Bamboo doesn't want to do affiliate links with me, so here I am promoting their machines with nothing in return. But let me know what other machines you'd like to see ranked against one another. I'd like to do this format a little bit more, so comment below with specific machines you want to see pitted against each other. Check out KeoPrints.com if you need a shirt, hat, or hoodie. We got them. And of course, if you want to support our efforts to do this full time, check out our Patreon. We've got a $2 a month tier, and you can see stuff like behind the scenes footage, you get a discount at KeoPrints.com. Just check the link, it's all there. Bye.